Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Susie here with you today to share some ideas of how to use Amanda's latest freebie for her big book of embellishments that she gives to her lovely face group members. She's been doing this for the past, I think it's 10 weeks. I could be wrong, but I think it's 10 weeks. So if you are not a member of our Facebook group, pop along, ask to join, and Amanda will approve your status, and you can come and join us on our group, which is a very friendly and motivational group where Amanda gives out freebies, tutorials, and so does her other design team members, which I am fortunate to be a part of. So without further ado, this is her latest giveaway. It's on a haberdashery theme, and I've already printed out a couple of the sheets. As you'll see from here, I've already fussy cut out what I need. But this is just one of the sheets that she has given us, and the other sheet contains some lovely button cards, 3 different sizes, and some ephemera that you can add to and create various different things. We have little clusters, excuse my my plaster, but I cut myself this morning with one of my knives, not my crafting knives, one of my cooking knives. And because I'm on a high dosage of blood thinners, it just wouldn't stop bleeding. So I've had to kind of wait for a few hours before I could come and do this video with you. Lovely clusters that she's already made for you, and just in case you're not used to making clusters. Some little haberdashery things, beautiful little tape measure bowl, very lovely vintage lady with a sewing machine, a handheld sewing machine on her lap. You can see it's a miniature one, but I suppose they did have them in those days. So without further ado, let's go and create what we're going to create. I'm using some just standard lined paper from a large A4 book, and I've cut them down. I have 2 pieces here, so I've cut them down to the size that I'm going to need for these lovely spools. But before we get on to that, you'll have to measure roughly how much you're going to need. You don't want it protruding above or below or popping out at the side. So get your measurements right. The length doesn't matter at the moment, because once we fold them, which I will do now, and pop them on again, roughly there, I know that I'm going to have to cut these down to about there. So we'll do that just now, shall we? And I'll use my ruler. Pop this coffee dyed paper to the side just for the moment, because we're going to be using that as well. So roughly we want that size, so that when it's on there, it's not going to protrude above, below, or to the side. So let's do our coffee dyed paper as well. And I want the same size as I've got here. So if we do, I think, if we fold it over here, if I take it down, I should get 2 pieces. Just line it up as best we can. It's not important if it's not 1000% even. We just tear it down, and again, if you don't get it, oh dear, if you don't get it right, and then you've made a boo-boo like me. But let's go and see if we can salvage this. Yes, we can, because that really won't matter. Just trim it down. The rough edges and the little tear bit here just is just part for the course. So because we're going to cut this down again, I'm making an awful kerfuffle of this one, but it doesn't have to be. Here we go. Let's just tear that piece off, chuck it to the side. Now we're going to fold these in half. Just burnish them and burnish this. And if we take 1, 2, I can't work with this thumb, it's and 3. I think that's plenty. It's 4 sheets. 4 sheets is plenty. So we'll pop them to the side just for a moment after giving them a last burnish. And we'll come in with our 2 spools. Now what I'm going to be doing with these is I'm going to be cutting off the tails of one of them. And cut the tail off that one. And cut the tail off that one. Pop them away. In fact, we need to cut the tails off 2 of them, not 1. And so we have, that's what's left. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue 2 of them together like so. So I'll just get my little glue applicator and I'll pop some glue on there. Just line up as best you can. That looks about right. I'll just give this a little burnish. Give it a chance to dry. Anyway, how are you all? I hope you're all well, healthy and happy. Just even this up slightly. Just protruding just a little bit, that's it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come in, make sure this is secure. And we're going to fold this in half, meeting up with the other 2 tabs at the end. Just push it down. You will get a little resistance because we have a double layer of paper, and we just want to get it as even as we possibly can. I'm going to come in now and I'm going to ink the inside. That's slightly askew, but it really it's not important because what we're making is a little notebook. So let's try and get it as even as we possibly can. There we go. That will do. That will do fine. We could always come in and trim round again, but I want to ink up at the inside. And if we just go round, I'm using ground espresso just to pop round and give it that more of a vintage rather than the plain white. I could have printed on the back of it, but I honestly didn't deem it necessary. So I'm just going to take a little bit and in the circular motion just go round about so that it's fairly grubby looking. Pop that to the side. Excuse my arm. Now I've already prepared my needle and my cotton. I'm using embroidery thread, and I have tons of it, so why not use it? We're going to come in with our booklet, and again maybe as well going around the edges and just distressing them. That's fine. So if we get this in the center and we fold it over, you can see it's just slightly protruding, and I really don't want that. It's not by much. In fact, it might add to the character. In fact, no, I'm going to leave it. So what we're going to do is get our pokey tool and my little sponge mat, and I'm going to make a hole roughly in the center. One there, one there, and one there. And I will do the same by opening this up. This is the way I do the little booklets. Get it in the center as best you can. Make a little pencil mark there, there, and there. I turn it round and I just put a little hole in the center. Okay, get our needle. We're going into the center hole. Leave enough tail through this way and in here. And then coming down the bottom. Oops. If you have to separate them, you can. Like so. Pull that thread through. Come back up. Go in through the center, making sure you don't snag the thread that's already there. So I'm coming in at an angle. I haven't gone through the last hole. That was silly, Susie. Through there. That's better. Now we can come up through the center, like so. Hold your thread to the side and just catch the center there. I'm going to take this through so as we've got the thread either side of that main line. Just gently pull it together. Take my needle off. And just tie a double knot. You could leave the tails on it and add some little bits at the bottom, but I don't think that's necessary with such a small booklet. So we'll just cut off the excess. And there we have our little I think I need a little bit more glue there. Hang on. I should have left it to dry a little bit longer, but for the sake of the video, I rushed it. That'll be fine now. Now we can go and we can decorate. And I'm going to decorate this side so that I can secure that piece even more. But you get the idea. Here's our little journal. I'm not going to decorate that side, I'm going to decorate this side because the larger of the two is up top. Right, never mind. I'm going to go with this lovely cutout, and it's from Somerset, so it says, and it's sewing machine oil. So we're going to, I think, place that there. Of course, you can decorate the front of your little notebook any way you wish, but I think this works rather nice because it has that very vintage feel to it. So we'll pop that there, and then I think we will go with, let's bring our little cutouts in. I've already prepared. I think we're going to go with that there. That's quite pretty. So we'll ink this up too, just to take the white edge off. And we'll glue this down. Now, I'm not going to go right up the top because I think I might want to add a tuck in inside it. So just add it to the bottom, and I think I quite like this little lady here. That's quite pretty. And how about one of the little buttons? So I'm going to ink. I think I need a new dauber or dauber top. Oh, I didn't realise I'd glued up quite as high. Let's just do halfway here. And we'll see where we're going to pop this little button. That's quite nice there. So again, we will just do half. Then that gives us room for possibly a little tuck spot. Or should we just glue that down? Actually, we don't need a tuck spot in a little booklet like this because you're going to be writing in it. What we could do is have something inside, but that's by the by. And I think we'll just pop that on there. And again, we shall just glue half of it, because it gives you the option, if you do want to pop something here or here, you've got the option. But that gives you a little notebook that can be popped into a side pocket or a side tuck or a pocket in your journal, and it gives you, if we say 2, 4, 6, 8, 16 front to back places where you can journal, and you could decorate the inside as well if you wish. That's the first one. So let's go with my second idea, which is to make a pull-out pamphlet type journaling spot. And we could use this, and we could use this, but I need a full sheet of this, so hang fire. here we go. One I prepared earlier. No, one I prepared quite a while ago. When it's in spring and summer and we have dry days, I spray lots of copy paper and I put them out the back garden. I peg them on my washing line and they dry and I put them away, and I do that on a daily basis. So that I always have plenty of copy dyed paper and I don't have to print them off. So if we're going to use this, we just make a little pencil mark here and we'll fold it in half. Well, it's not quite half, but just edging it up. And I'm going to get my ruler this time just in case I tear it, which I don't want to do. So let's burnish it even more. Try and safeguard any errors. So here we go. There we go. That's it. So if we pop this on here, this will tell us roughly where to fold. I'm going to just make another little pencil mark and we'll fold at the pencil mark, trying to even it up as best we can. And we'll turn it and we'll fold it back on itself. Again, trying to keep it as even as possible, and then we will fold back again. Let's burnish these down. And if we pull it out, this is what we have. So we've got our base of a pull out journaling spot. I'll just ink these up, put them down. Let's add a piece of glue. Anyway, I hope you're all having a lovely Sunday. And that the weather is nice where you are. It's quite nice here. It was dull this morning and a bit rainy, a bit wet, but it's cleared up slightly, and we have a little bit of sunshine, but some very dark grey clouds out my craft window. I can see them in the distance. Whether they're coming this way or not, I don't know. Okay, so we have our pull out, and it gives you lots of writing spaces, but we're going to decorate this one. So I think I'm going to go with this one, but I'm only going to glue it on 3 sides after inking it, because I do want a tuck spot. So 3 sides down that one and along the bottom. I'll put it at an angle. That's fine. Next, I think we'll go with the bow's nice. We could cover the little bow that's there and pop that up there. I like that. And again, we'll just tease it with a little ink. Take the white edges away. I don't like to leave a lot of white on my fussy cuts. I like to just leave a small border. I don't like them cut straight into the line that you can see, but I do like a little border. So let's, I know this goes over the top, so we don't want ink protruding So we'll just, not ink, glue, sorry, ink. So we'll just add the glue where we deem necessary. Bring it down and we'll pop Cover You. And it's just going over slightly, not much. That's pretty. I've got a tuck spot there. We could use, again, some of the buttons. Do we have 2 here? I thought we had 3. Do I have another one that I could cut out? Let's have a look and see. Oh, I do. There she's there. So I'm going to get my circle punch out. And she is here. Now that won't go in all the way. So I will cut up there and there. Cut off the bottom. Now I can use my punch to go in. Oh, behave. Let's get rid of you. My goodness me. Did I hit that camera again? I'm forever smacking that camera. I should be able to go in this way now. Yep. Let's just get it lined up. There we have 3 little buttons. And again, we'll link them up. This little haberdashery freebie that Amanda has given us will go beautifully with her sewing kit. Now, I'm not sure if it's still available in our coffee shop, but it was one of the very first ones really that I bought before becoming a design team member a couple of years ago. And it could be even 3 years ago, but this would go beautifully with it because it is a vintage sewing kit. If it is in the coffee shop, I will link it below on the description box underneath the video. Shall we pop one there? I know I have it, but whether it's been discontinued, I'm not sure. But it's a lovely kit. In fact, I may do a journal. I haven't used it in a journal. I've used parts of it, but I haven't actually used it in a journal or made a journal with it. So I maybe I'll make that my next project. Because I have friends that love sewing, and I'm sure they would appreciate a journal, a haberdashery journal, or I could make a lace journal. We could pop her in there, and we have something. We have these little cards here. I think they're going to be too big. Yes. So what is it Amanda says? If it's too big, snip it down. It can still be used. And let's just ink this up again. Oops. Oh, my little dauber fell. There we go. We have a nice little booklet. You can open it out. You can do your journaling there, turn it round, and you can journal on the back, or you can decorate the little pages, or add little tuck spots within them as well. You could have a little tuck spot here, and you could have a tab here. In fact, I'm going to make a tab, and I have my quill tail punch. and I will use some of this. And if I cut off just enough, like so, double it over. Oops. And pop it in. This is where I get too frugal sometimes, but that's fine. Give it a little ink. And bring this back in and pop this on. And more fingers and thumbs. This is throbbing. Let's just do this. What side shall we go with? Shall we go with the floral? Pop that there. Flip it over. Pop that down there. And there we have a little tab that we can hold on to and fold back up. So there you go. 2 ideas that you could use your for your freebie. That was one I did earlier, and this is one that I've done now. And this one I did earlier, and this one I did just now. So quite similar, apart from I've reversed the butterflies there, and I've added that there instead of a button there. I've added a button there. This one is basically just the same, with the 2 larger bows, the vintage photo, and the little button cards, and 3 buttons here. So, what do you think? Have a go at it. They make great little embellishment additions to your journal, popping into a page or into a side tuck. So in the meantime, thank you very much for staying with me and bearing with me. I'm sorry it went on a little bit longer than normal, but I've enjoyed it. So thank you for your company, and I'll say bye-bye for now.